So sometimes I get a question of what it looks like in my kitchen because people want to know, what do you eat on a daily basis? And to be honest, I'm not a big eater, meaning that I do quite a bit of fasting, and it's not even really that intentional. A lot of times I don't eat breakfast. I'll have some coffee. I love coffee, so I'll have coffee in the morning. Kind of wakes me up, gets me fired up. And then usually I don't eat until sometimes 12, 1 o'clock. And again, that's just been my norm for many, many years. I think for a lot of us, we don't understand that, we've been taught to believe that we have to have 3 meals a day, sometimes even more. Like if you remember the old school Body for Life stuff, Bill Phillips back in like the 90s, it was like 5 meals a day. You got to keep your metabolism boosted. I find that to be really kind of nonsense. And I've been living this way for many, many years. So anyways, let's get into what it looks like in my fridge. So here is my fridge. Now it's me, my wife, and my son. We do have wine in here because my wife loves to drink wine. I've got some ketchup in here. We also have filtered water. We only drink out of glass. And we do all reverse osmosis water. And then I just remineralize it with minerals. And I'll kind of show you what that looks like in a little bit here. And then ketchup, I do like this. And we get this is agave sweetened rather than sugar, because ketchup generally has a lot of sugar in it. And I'm not big on sugar. So there's that. We've got some other things too, because we do entertain once in a while. So we do have some other things. Here's beer. I don't drink any alcohol at all. My wife will have a glass of wine once in a while, but we're not big drinkers here. And then I've got organic chicken from Whole Foods. I've got some pasture-raised eggs here. This is some meat. This was a roast we did in the crock pot. And then my wife likes yogurt, so we've got some yogurt up here. My son eats yogurt as well. Again, another thing from the crock pot. Mostly these are just roasts with a bunch of vegetables in them. What is this? Some ranch dressing. We had a book club here, so I believe this is from book club. Ezekiel bread. My son loves Ezekiel bread, and every once in a while I'll do. My son makes hot dog sandwiches, so he'll make me a hot dog sandwich using this bread. This is some ground beef. I'm a huge ground beef guy. I love ground beef. Like that's what I eat most of the time for like lunches and dinners. It's crazy. Like ground beef is the best. We do have some pancake mix here. My wife will make pancakes every once in a while. Here's some more meat. Again, we do a lot of like crock pot stuff. So more meat here. This is coffee. All this is coffee stuff. So I'm kind of a coffee nerd. A bunch of fruits. So apples, you can see oranges. There's some carrots in there as well. And then we've got some cheese. I just got this today. This is ground lamb. So I love lamb. So we'll do lamb. I got some beef in here as well. Here are the hot dogs. Like I said, my son likes to make hot dog sandwiches, which are delicious, by the way. So, and then we got some bacon over here as well. So really, I mean, that's it. Most people, they look in our fridge and they're like, that's all you have? And we're like, yeah, man, this is how we live. Like less is more, right? So let me take you over to the pantry so you can see, we got some bananas over here. And up here, let's see, up here we got some honey. So once in a while I'll dip my apples in honey. Just if I've got like a sweet craving, it's much better than like grabbing a candy bar or something. So I have a little bit of honey, and then we've got some other things up here. Rice vinegar, we'll put this stuff on salads. So my wife likes salads. We don't have any. I actually have to get some. But so we do make quite a few salads as well. Coming into the pantry, and you would think that our pantry would be full of food. And it's funny because we have people come over and they're like, why is there no food in your pantry? But we do have some food in here. So that same ketchup, we've got some different condiments in here, like chicken broth, and here's some Parmesan cheese. A lot of this stuff really doesn't even get used. There's some rice up here. Every once in a while we'll make some rice. I've got some soup up here. Again, some of this stuff, we just don't eat a lot of processed stuff. So if it comes out of a bag or a can or, something like that, we generally are kind of opposed to that. Sunflower seeds. We've got some popcorn. My wife will make popcorn once in a while. And what do we got here? Rice. And usually we'll have some other nuts as well. Like usually we'll have like walnuts or pecans. I've got to get some. So that's kind of like the snacky stuff. It would be nuts and seeds. And then we got a bunch of tea here. My wife is a big tea drinker. She loves tea. And then coffee grinder. This is for guests. I'm kind of a coffee nerd, so I really don't like Maxwell House. And I generally don't like, we got a Keurig here too, so for when we have people over for, holidays or whatever, people love the Keurig. But I don't like the plastic. I'm kind of a nerd that way. There was just recently a study, maybe you saw it, about they were looking at plaques and arteries, and those plaques had a lot of microplastics in them. Interesting. So stay away from plastic, I think, is one of the key things here. And then here is my little water station. So we got more wine here too. My wife loves wine. But I've got this glass jug here. So we'll fill this up with reverse osmosis water. And then I'll get that at Whole Foods. I know you can get a system in your house, but the one at Whole Foods, I just like better. It's an industrial size version. And I'm not going to get into details here. But anyways, so we fill this up with RO water. And then I've got this dispenser here. So we'll just fill up our carafe and we'll put it in the fridge. So this is always full. And then if you're going to do reverse osmosis water, always put in some mineral drops. So this is the stuff we get here. So I'll transfer it from here into here. I'll dump a bunch of drops into there, and don't overdo the drops. Be careful with that. Read the instructions and try to follow that. So that's how we do the water, and that's pretty much all we drink. We just drink water. Occasionally we'll get some, like my son likes goat milk. He likes milk, so we'll get him goat milk once in a while, but I'm not a big dairy guy. But we pretty much only drink water, and that's been for decades. Like that's what we do. So there it is. I've got some other stuff up here. I think those are oats, but some of this stuff is really old. Like we don't even really use it. So there it is. There is my pantry and my fridge and the one, cabinet that actually has something in it. And as you can see, we just don't have a lot of stuff. Like we're not big eaters. Like these are all just plates and cups and bowls and things. So, we don't have any hidden stashes anywhere of bad food like most people do. So, one of the things that I always tried to do is there's all this debate in the world of nutrition around, is this okay? Is this bad for you? Is this bad for you? And a lot of the debate comes around processed, refined foods. And what I've just decided to do, and this was many, many years ago, is just opt out completely. I just refuse to buy into any of that stuff. So when you opt out of the normal kind of diet world, you just eat real food. Like that's what I've been doing for many years, and it's served me so well. And it's what we do with Athletic After 40. Like whenever I'm working with someone, we just our sort of mantra is just like real food. Like let's get away from all of the processed refined stuff. The more you can add in real food to your life, the more healthful you're going to be, and just the better overall you're going to be just in so many different areas. I've seen it change lives. So if you want to just get out of that nutrition mess, man, just eat some real food, and you probably don't need to eat as much as maybe you think you do. And so anyways, there it is. There's my kitchen. Hope you're doing well. If you have questions, post them in the comments. Happy to answer.